No, he didn't. No, this fool didn't. So, he gets women. Is Africa like that? No. I don't know what I'm about to say. I apologize in advance. It might be some cold ass shit. You cannot make a woman happy by giving her everything she wants. Heaped up. Straight up. He be getting it in. It was a trap. It was a trick. It was a test. What the F was that? I don't know what's about to come out of my mouth. I don't know. Just take notes.
Okay, Mr. Executor, so let's imagine you're on a date and a very thick, nice girl passes by. Will you turn your head?
I don't pay attention.
Oh, you don't pay attention?
I don't.
All attention on her?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, I've decided on my picks.
John has eliminated guy number 1 and guy number 2. Let's get into the date.
What I tell your ass? What I tell you? What did I say? What I say? They was done. They was duds. This is the first time I'm watching this. It's the first time. They was duds. You can't be boring, gentlemen. And ladies, obviously, a good 50% of y'all was already like, ugh. It's nothing to do with their looks, but in terms of how they come off, one was mumbly, the other one was just like, you can't be soft-spoken in a weak way. You gotta be soft-spoken in a dangerous way. Because guy number 5 was soft-spoken, but he was dangerous. He was giving and taking. He was establishing power and dominance in certain ways. Like, again, you gotta, if you ain't moving back and forth, anyway.
Let's get into the dates.
Hi, Michaela.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. What's your name?
My name is Sharif.
Oh, Mikhail. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
So, what do you do?
I do a lot of things.
Like?
I'm into this and that. Mostly seldom.
I hate that mother shit. Answer. Bitch, answer the mother question. Hurt my throat on that. Ladies, that's a red flag. We'll see how it goes, but that's an immediate red flag. This dude, I do a little bit of this and that. He's trying to create mystery instead of just being actually mysterious. Like, he was the other dude who had some smoothness about him before. Like, he's got some skill. But don't do that shit. Gentlemen, don't do, again, the failure to answer questions. You can't not answer direct questions wrong. You gotta do it as a joke. You gotta do it in a way that is way more smooth than that. This was trying to be smooth. This was irritating because it's not something you should have to hide. If you're hiding things that make no sense to hide, that's a problem. That's like a drug dealer answer. I'm an import-export business. Like, is you a dealer? Because even then, as a dealer, you'd have a cover story as to what your job is. So, this dude sucks. Immediately for me, I'm like, nope. If this was my sister on a date, I'd be like, nope, F that dude. Drop him. Immediately. Nope. Good night. Deuces. Let's see how it goes, though.
Oh, so what's your type of ideal woman?
I don't have an ideal woman. I just have to be happy with you.
Happy with me?
Yeah.
Okay, describe. There are a lot of things you can be happy with.
I look for comfort and happiness because, I'm always on the run. My days are always long, so I want to come back to someone. I want to be happy to go back home. You get her?
Yeah.
I want to be like, when am I seeing my baby? When am I getting home? Something like that. So
okay.
You just have to be the someone I want to run back to after my long day. Yeah.
So what's your relationship like? How long have you been in a relationship for? What's your longest relationship?
I don't count time. I count moments, memories. When I'm in a relationship.
This motherfucker. Did he just say that shit? I don't count time, I count memories, I count moments. What the If you don't get Let me get it together. Okay, ladies, what is the problem with that? That is some bullshit. This dude is annoying. I don't know any of these men personally. So I'm not trying to bust shots. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just trying to be honest. Like I said, it's just coming out. But that is some bullshit. That is a bullshit ass answer. I don't count time. I count moment. If you don't get the fuck out of here with that punk ass answer. He's like trying to be a Hallmark card. That's nasty. Let me try to put words together, ladies. Cause the real motherfuckers watching this right now know exactly what I'm talking about. They're like, yeah, this fool is fake. He's fake. He's fake. So, let me try to break this down for the women to understand. So, number one, he did it again. He did not just answer the damn question. He went into some weird, trying to be smooth way of answering a question for no reason. He's trying to create mystery and like romance, but it's not authentic. It's not something he can actually pull off. It's like he's used to getting away with it with lower level women, and so he continues to do it. So, why is this a problem for you to get with? Why would he be an automatic no, ladies? Number one, because if he's fake right now, he's going to be fake forever. Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. Remember this. I've said it before, but if this is your first time seeing these videos, it's going to be your first time hearing it. Men are who they are. They do not change. We're done. The moment we are solid, we're done changing. Solid, solidifying happens around the ages of 22, 23. Maybe as late as 24. Maybe. Anytime after that, we are done. That is who we are forever. The only thing that changes us will be life and death altering scenarios. You went to prison, you had a child, you got married, a loved one died, you had a near-death experience yourself. Like, extreme life-altering things will change you as a man. Short of that, the only other change you do is not real change. It's you trying to fight against your nature, but because the foundation hasn't changed, the top of the building is going like this, but the bottom is still the same. So you're just going to lean over and you're going to snap and break. It's not going to, you're going to have to go back eventually to who you really are. This is who you really are. You can try to change. You go keep going back to who you really are. Because your foundation hasn't moved. When you have those life-altering things, your whole foundation gets crumbled, then you rebuild, and you can rebuild in a new spot. This fool ain't changing. So if he fake now, that means that's who he is. He a fake-ass motherfucker. That's it. He a fake-ass mother. Like, nah. I'm a dude, and I don't even like that shit. Nah. See, this cat, I wouldn't hire him in my company. Damn sure you couldn't get with nobody in my family. Any of my sisters or my cousins try to roll up with you? And I'm not saying he's a bad man. I'm not talking about him in terms of he might be good in the community or he might do, maybe, I don't know. But one of the most important things, ladies, remember this forever. One of the most important things in a relationship, and especially with the man you choose, is his integrity. His honesty. Does he keep his word? Is he real or is he ain't? Is he fake or is he that dude? This dude, fake as a mother. I don't measure time, I measure moments. If you don't get the out of here.
All about your bracelets. Can you explain?
This is just a plant. This is wood. And this is just a crystal's mined from
The wood, what does the wood mean?
What does the wood mean?
Yeah.
This is a small thing, ladies, but I wanted to point it out because if any other dude does it, I want you to understand this. He did a technique of repeating her question. She asked a question, he repeated it. What did the wood mean? What does the would mean? It's a stalling tactic. People repeat questions for a few reasons. One of them being they don't know the answer and they're stalling to actually search for the answer in their head. 2, they know what the answer is and they think that you don't like the answer, so they're thinking of another way to answer the question. Whether that other way be a lie or just finding nicer, sweeter words in order to say it to you. I mean, there is the chance that he just didn't hear you, but for the most part, it's a gathering technique. It's to gather your thoughts of what's the wood for? What's the wood for? Where he's having to search and think for the words, because we're men. Words come easier to you than they do for us. So it could just be innocent, or it could be, like I said, him trying to figure out a way to explain this so that he doesn't get in trouble, and or he can think of a lie or sweeter words in order to say something that you might not like, especially since she talked about like witchcraft or whatever, and he's like, well, I need to make sure I get in there, so I'm trying to hit, because he's just trying to hit. Like, he might be looking for a relationship, but this dude's trying to hit. He trying to hit. Oh, by the way, I have to remember to say this. If you are not down with the lingo, if you do not speak black vernacular, trying to hit means trying to have the intercourse, you know? Trying to have the sex. That's what it means. So, that is what I was talking about. He's trying to hit. He's trying to get it in, if you know what I mean. This is his main goal. He wants to put the D and the P. Let's go back into it.
All the men nowadays are just the same. So I'm just looking for a loyal and God-fearing man.
Have you tried
And
to
mostly-
be yourself that?
Yeah.
What you look into.
And someone that actually understands me. Yeah. A spiritual person. Yeah. Somebody who just understands me and doesn't let their ego, take over them.
Have you tried to understand them? Have you tried to talk to them? The challenge is, one problem with relationships of late is that people don't communicate. But, yeah.
Wow, this dude needs to get going. So, ladies, this is a clue. You said something vague and deep. She said, I want a man who understands me spiritually, or someone who understands me and is spiritual. One or the other. She either said understand me spiritually, you get what I mean. But it's not a simple thing. That could mean 1 million different things. His next words out of his mouth, he didn't go, understand you how? What do you mean by understanding you? He didn't ask further questions to dig deeper down into that particular thing. He didn't ask because he's not truly trying to get to know you. So sometimes a man doesn't ask deeper questions because you're talking too fast / too much, and he can't get a word in edgewise, and he's just listening to you. And he's going to ask those deeper questions once you're done talking. But that's not the case here, because as soon as it was his turn to talk, she's not talking so fast that he can't cut in, because he's been doing it. He's been, going back and forth with the conversation, and as soon as he got back in, he's like, did you try to understand them? We'll get into that part. But he could have asked right then, what do you mean? Because that's highly vague. And if she says this is like one of the most important things, I want a man to understand me, he's literally doing the opposite of what she just asked. If you want a man to understand you, this is his opportunity to try to understand you, and he fails to do that. Ladies, remember this. Dudes will tell you. We will tell you immediately who we are. Sometimes with our literal words. You'll tell a girl, nah, I'm dangerous. I'm not the relationship type. You'll say that. Girls, y'all still go after it. But then, this is the other way. This is the major way. Because not every dude is honest or bold enough to tell you straight up, yeah, you should watch out for me. Mostly is actions. What did he choose to do when he had a free choice? Wasn't nobody holding a gun to his head. He had a free choice to say whatever the F. And he chose to be like, not asking you to dig deeper down. Which another reason might be if he's just not that intelligent. He's just not that smart. You can tell this dude has enough intelligence to have asked that question. He's been around the block. He's got fake smoothness, so he's done this before. He obviously gets over on low to medium level ladies, right? You can tell that based on how he moves. Maybe some upper echelon ladies, but he's the kind of dude that she's trying to avoid. He's the kind of dude that's an F-boy in disguise. I wouldn't even call him a wolf in sheep's clothing, because calling him a wolf would be giving him too much credit. He ain't that ferocious. He ain't that honorable. He ain't that dope. Wolves are dope. This dude right here, he's not as low as a snake, but he's like a weasel. It's kind of weaselly. Kind of like a hyena. Kind of like a jackal. Kind of like in there. Like the canine section. You know, he a dog with like some money and some skill. Maybe he's a douche. He's somewhere around there. And if you want to know what that means, I have a video about the game scale and what type of man you got. Anyway, point is, he is a straight up no. He should have asked, what does that mean? You want a man to understand you how, and spiritually. Like, he should have dug down deeper. The reason he didn't is because he wasn't really paying attention, because he doesn't really care. He doesn't care the type of man that she wants. She gave a vague ass answer, not a Vegas answer, vague ass. So he liked the fact that she gave that kind of an answer, because then he could just brush past it, because he doesn't really care. He's only concerned about what he can get out of the situation.
So, Sharif actually surprised me.
So before we get into her thing, I'll talk about this whole thing. This agenda he tried to push, he's like, did you try to understand them? Did you try to, because she talked about men understanding her. And he's like, did you try to understand them? That's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to push back on something that she wants by trying to school her in this moment. It ain't the time to school her. It's not the time for you to push your agenda. That's him trying to get her to do something that he would like in a relationship before they're even in a relationship. Gentlemen, don't do that. Ladies, you might not like this next statement, but that's what like feminist women do in a date sometimes. They will ask you a question, you answer, and then they will push their agenda in the middle of the first date, where there's this combative push, why can't you see the world my way kind of a thing. Don't do that. It's irritating when women do it. It's worse when men do it. Why is it worse? Man, I wish I felt better. I'm going to try to explain this in very quick sentences. It's worse because as a man, you're supposed to be you. You're supposed to be solid and be you, regardless of what she says. You don't have to try to convince her of anything. You don't have to try to change her of anything. You trying to push or change in that moment is completely premature, wrong, and desperate. It smells of weakness. It reeks of weakness. It's nasty. And ladies, you might not like the statement, but I just got to keep it real. I can't care if you like it about it or not. But gentlemen, the nature of women is fluid. Women are like the ocean. They're constantly moving, constantly changing. They only stay solid in certain points, like North Pole or Antarctica. But for the most part, they're moving. So their opinions will change and move. Their emotions will change and move. So on Monday, they might believe in this thing. On Tuesday, they might believe in something else. On Wednesday, they might believe in this thing. On Thursday, but it goes back and forth. So why would you be trying to push an agenda on the first date when 3 weeks from then, 3 months from now, when you're actually in a true relationship and she's seen you and how you function, she might not believe the same thing she used to believe. It might be where she feels like, oh, this man is different. He does understand me. And her whole mind might be changed just by you being a solid man the way you're supposed to be. Because that's how the game goes. They will be fluid. Your job is to still be strong and solid. Be you. Be who you are. And ladies, your job is to do what I'm teaching you to do now. Pick the right one. Because you will instinctively start to conform to whatever solid thing he is. So pick the right solid thing, and gentlemen, be the right solid thing. But I'm just saying, both sides got something to work on. Ladies, you ain't better. Men, you ain't better. Both y'all got issues. So more of that in other videos. Let's keep it moving. Let's see what this see what this relationship expert guy, let's see if she picked up on some of the stuff that I picked up on. It's a test.
You know, I expected more from him, but this is what I got. I even took down some notes because I'm very serious about finding love for my good friend Mikhail. He says he does a lot of things. What things?
What do you do?
I do a lot of things.
Like, what does one mean when they say I do a lot of things? What things? In what industry? In what area?
See? She caught it. Good. Very proud. Very proud of her. You did good. It's like, why are you being vague? Again, are you a drug dealer? Is you slanging on counters? Like, what you doing? Why are you acting like nobody can know? And if it's a situation where you're like, I work for a company and I don't want that to be out, then say that. You can answer the question without being a weirdo. I've seen something recently where a man was like, I work for a Fortune 500 company and I don't want my company name out there. You know, I don't want to mess up anything. So just, I work in this industry. I work in the tech industry at this level of whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he still gave an answer. He just didn't give his company name. So if you're like, yeah, well, I work and you can say I do something in construction or I do, like, you could, don't be a little this, a little that. Like, shut the, man. And I think the thing that bothers me so much is because his words are women words. Too much of what that means to explain, but like, girls when they're trying to be mysterious will answer that way. Mysterious dudes don't answer questions like that. Dudes trying to mimic mysterious dudes answer questions like that. So ladies, if you like the mystery, he's not a real mystery. He's just a fake ass mother.
Anyway, he also said he likes to go back home to see his baby. I kind of liked that. I think that's the only part I liked about this date.
You know, I want to be happy to go back home. You get her?
Yeah.
I want to be like, when am I seeing my baby? When am I getting home? Something like that. So
he likes to go back home, meaning he likes like a more traditional woman, which is not bad because, you know, he can go back home to a warm cooked meal. Because I know Mikhail can cook very good food, so I trust him. I trust her in that area.
Hold up. Hold up. Her friend just said she can cook very good. The main girl. She looked like that. She has her African accent. And she can cook. Now I'm hoping all these dudes suck because I'm going to have to holler. Yeah, I'm going to have to holler. I'm going to have to see what's up. Man... Yeah, I'm gonna have to say something. I'm gonna have to. Where they at? Uganda? I'm gonna have to fly to Uganda. Where they? Eritrea. I have no idea where that is. I'm gonna have to find out. Eritrea on the Mizap, and your boy might be gone for like a month. So don't look like that. Have that accent, and then you can cook. Snatch her up anyway.
And then he's also a smooth talker. Like towards the end, he was just like, he doesn't count time, just memories.
I don't count time. I count moments, memories. When I'm in a relationship, it's about the memories.
See? She caught that. Good. Credit. I was wondering. So, good. See, she sees he trying to be a smooth talker.
You know, girls like sweet nothings. He gets an A for that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? She just said he gets an A for that? This is her friend who's gonna be who's gonna be choosing? I gave her credit, I'm snatching it all back. She knows nothing. Ladies, are you serious right now? You serious? You serious? Again, let me keep this together. Ladies, her friend just said it. He says sweet nothings. Women like sweet nothings. Ladies, you need to know this about yourself. Dudes who try to just get in there, just hit it and quit it, guys and dogs and players, pimps, everybody on the list of men who get women, we all know the same thing. This is what gets women. Not your hand doing this, but the gift of gab. Now, hopefully, you get a dude who's saying some real shit. A dude who's actually being real. Even if he's good at the talking, he's at least honest and real. Good at the talking, honest and real. This dude's apparently like he's halfway with the talking. He's got some smoothness about him. He's done this before. But he's not honest. He's not real. He a fake ass mother. And you give him credit for this? You give him an A for this? This is how y'all get played. Ladies, this is how you get played. You let your friend hook you up with a dude like that, and then 2 years from now, you'll have had his baby, and he left, or you left him. You guys broke up because he cheated with your best friend who helped pick him. And these are the dudes who play you. These are the fuck boys you don't like. Ladies, don't let sweet nothings be something that sways you. I'm not saying you can't like it. Like it all you want. But don't allow it to make you think that this dude is real or legit or anything positive to look for. Because it means nothing. He gave you no... Did he actually answer your question? No, he did not. Just in case you're like, well, how do I know if it's real or if it's not? Did he answer the question? Did he give you a real answer or something that you'd find written on a note that you found in a bottle that was washed up on the beach? It's some fake poetry shit. Like, nah, I don't count time. I count moments. Man, shut the... You want your man to be real. Doesn't mean he can't spit flowery language. It means he can't spit flowery language about real ass shit. Answer the mother question. Damn. He gets an A for the sweet nothings. This is how y'all get played. Anyway.
AJ Spartan.
Okay, so what are your interests? Like, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies are, I don't know, it's strange. I'm a hustler. I like working. I like making money.
I mean, people work in a lot of type of money. Like, what do you enjoy doing?
I make my money through sports. I make my money through farming. I make my money through anything that gets me to make money.
See? This is a difference. Weirdly, ladies, this dude, who I'm assuming he looks better because when she looked at him, she looked like she was about to eat him. She's like, ooh. And that's the dude who she responded to before. That's guy number 5 right there. He is mysterious in his demeanor. He's mysterious in his composure. He's mysterious in how his cadence and how he talked. And even how he answered the question. He said, it's funny And so he didn't immediately answer the question. So he created anticipation. He goes, it's funny or it's strange or whatever the hell he said in the beginning, and then he paused and he had the exact amount of time, a correct, perfect amount of pause before he goes, I get money doing this, I get money doing this, I get money, I'm a hustler, I get money anywhere I can get money. So how he talked was very smooth. The pausing, like I said, but he literally answered the question with real answers. And then he throws in some mystery in the end by saying, any way that I get money. And he also added, it was like a mystery sandwich. In the beginning he says he's a hustler. Hustler can mean anything. He could be slanging on the counter. And then he's like, I get money any way I can get money. Again, he could be slanging on the corner. But from this dude, you accept it because of how he said it. And by you, I mean us as men. And ladies, you might not like this, but it is very necessary. It is. It's the reason why you're watching this. It's the reason why you need to pay attention. Why you need to watch this, watch me repeatedly. Take mother notes. Come back and watch this again if you need to. Watch all my damn videos, because the fact is, and you're not going to like this, but I cannot care. My job is to tell you the truth. It's not to make you feel better. It's to tell you the truth so that you win, so that you have success in the end. Again, it's the same thing I would tell my sisters. All three of them punks. Those little punks. Anyway. So my job is to tell you the truth. And the fact is, you might not like it, but you don't know how to pick men. You need to go off of our definition of a good man. Our definition of a good man is the definition you should be looking at, but many of you don't look at until you're a year into the relationship. Then you start thinking about things like his integrity, his trustworthiness, his strength level, all of these things that he was selfish in the beginning. You had your brother, your dad, your cousin, your uncle, all the men in your life, your male best friend who secretly wants to hit it with you. Every dude in your life is like, nah, that dude is selfish. Nah, that dude is selfish. Nah, and you're like, no. You just don't know him like I know him, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to hear a man's opinion about a man, which makes no sense. How we judge men is how you should be judging men. We judge him on his strength and honor. It's the first rule of being a man, strength and honor, straight up. We know what makes a good man for you and for the world. We know what makes a good mate for you and for the world. You will be looking at things like his height and his wallet. We're teaching you this because many of you have no idea what it truly takes to be a good man. And I'm not saying that he's the greatest dude. I'm not even saying he's good, but he's absolutely better than the one before. Now, the difference, or the thing you gotta worry about, is this dude, he be getting it in. He lives a life of abundance when it comes to women. And there's pros and cons to that. The pro will be what he's doing. He's more honest. Because he doesn't care if you're here or not here, because he be pulling like that, he's less likely to lie to you. Because what I tell women all the time is like, you ain't my mama, what I gotta lie to you for? For what? Like, I don't care. I don't care because of many reasons, but one of them is that I'm not desperate for you. I get you. I get what I want. I don't have to lie. And if you don't like how I operate or what I do, I'm okay with that. One of the reasons is in my head, I'm like, because even if you don't like how I operate, you probably will like other things about me and we'll probably still be friends. Let's put it that way. But yeah, whether we get together or not, there's plenty of you out there. Just the point is that you're not desperate. So there's less likely a chance for you to lie. Less reason, less motivation, like why? The other thing is, though, because he be getting it in, even if he's honest, you have to be very clear with him about what his intentions are. Meaning, he will be honest about who he is, but what does he want you for? Even if he goes, I'm looking for a wife, it doesn't mean that you are his wife. He might be looking for a wife, and he might be dating you. These are not the same. You all will connect the two and think, oh, he said he's looking for a wife, and so he's dating me. So I must be wife. Nah, homegirl. He's looking for a wife, and he might be dating you, and he might have already evaluated you to be like, nah, she ain't wife, but she fine, and I can hit. So he'll tell you a truth, but it might not be the truth. It'll be a truth. Meaning, he'll tell you, I'm looking for a wife. You have to ask him specifically, am I her? Am I the wife? Am I on the track to be a wife? And even then, if he's smooth enough, he will answer that honestly, but in a way that he could still stay. If, depending on how, it's depending on a lot, but depends on how he wants to operate. Does he want to be nicer about it? Does he care about you? Does he have that level of compassion, or is he just trying to get what he's trying to get? And I know you might be thinking, what's the difference between him and the first dude you were just talking about? Because you said the first dude just wants to hit, and this dude just wants to hit, trying to get what he wants to get. What's the difference? Major difference. This dude, number 2, right here, technically guy number 5, but the second guy that we're seeing, he'll be honest with you and he will treat you better. He has way less of a reason to be fake. A fake man is a weak man, and that's generally a bad man. This dude has way more confidence, way more realness. And so even if he was going to do you wrong, he probably would be. He's way more likely to be honest about it, let you know ahead of time, give you options, and be nice the whole way through, whereas the other dude will do some underhanded stuff.
So,
About me?
yeah.
What can I tell you about myself?
What do your braids define? Like, why you got them braids?
My dreads have a history.
See? I mentioned it before with the other dude, the repetition of the question. She goes, tell me more about you. He's like, more about me. He did it, you could tell from his face and how immediately he answered that he already had the answer, but he's doing it to be playful, to be flirty. He did it almost like, oh, you want to know about me? Okay, I'll tell you about me. Oh, you all about this? You want to see what's underneath this robe, girl? What's up? All right, I'll tell you what's up. We about to find out. He's being playful. He doesn't need to stall. He's being real AF. So let's rewind a little bit.
Tell me more about yourself.
About me?
Yeah.
What can I tell you about myself?
What do your braids define? Like, why you got them braids?
My dreads have a history whereby I started getting interested to reggae music, and when I realized reggae music was interesting, it was calm and it was lovely and it was true, like it was life. So I realized I had to make dreads, and I realized that they used to always talk negative about dreads, especially my uncle. So I made dreads, and I was his favorite. So he used to always make me
motivate you and make you feel.
He used to always speak bad about people with dreads.
Yeah, that's great. I love braids, but I don't like dating a guy with braids. So your braids are beautiful, your eyes are beautiful, but I don't like dating guys with braids.
That's so sad.
Is it sad, really?
It is sad because
what I like, I can prefer whatever I like to, but it's sad.
It is sad that you don't like dreads because dreads define a person, especially long dreads.
I don't find it sad, but it's just like I'm not attracted into guys with braids. It makes me feel like, oh, he has hair. I have hair too, so
The difference with yours and mine is yours don't give you an identity, but mine do. Everywhere I go, they will call me Rasta. I go to Kenya, they'll call me Rasta. You, they will just ask you, what's your name? You see?
Wow, that's great. So what are you looking for in a woman, or like what's your ideal type of woman?
Okay, that's...
So, dying over here. So, ladies, how he talked to her during that whole section, I wanted to let it play. Not only was he way smoother and way more real and relaxed, he sat back. If you could tell, he wasn't really giving her eye contact. He's talking about something he's passionate about, and he's lost in thought. His eyes are like this, they're up in there, and he's talking about the braids and his uncle and the braids, and he's lost in this whole thing. You could tell he's telling the truth. The other dude is like more like, I don't want to use this word because F it, I'm gonna use the word. I don't mean it as harsh as it sounds now, but I'm thinking more like from an animal perspective. The other dude is more like a predator, more like a jackal who's hungry. It's more like, I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this, and blah blah blah. I don't do this, I do moments. He's saying something looking directly into her eyes, right? And it's more, he's trying to intentionally, trying to prove so hard that he's real because he's fake. Whereas the other dude's not trying to prove anything. He's just being himself. Even the fact that she don't like his hair, it's kind of a test. And she wants to push him to see, is he going to fold like a lawn chair and be like, okay, I'll cut my hair? Or is he going to cry? How's he going to respond? He's like, oh, that's sad. And then she's like, well, why is it sad? Why can't I like what I like? And he's like, oh, because it's not your identity, it's mine, blah, 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 blah. And he got her to laugh. It's one of the reasons I say this, gentlemen. A woman's rules, and ladies, you might not like it, but it's the truth. A woman's rules don't really matter. And I don't mean any kind of physical rule. Yes, listen to her. She's like, don't touch me, then don't touch her. That's not what I'm talking about, obviously. But I gotta say that because the internet is mother crazy. What I mean is if she says, I only date dudes who don't wear green, or I don't date men who wear flip-flops, or I don't date men who have braids, or those kind of weird superficial rules, or I only date men who are 6'2" and up. The height might be the hardest to overcome for her, but everything else, if you are dope enough, rules do not apply. If you're smooth enough, if you're dope enough, if you're a good enough man, rules don't apply. She might not normally date dudes with braids, but how smooth this dude is, he could get in there. He could get in there. The only thing that might happen is if her dumbass friend gets snowed by that first dude who she gave all kinds of credit to. But he was like, oh, that's sad. He said what he said, and he's got her laughing. She's liking him. So she would probably break her braid rule for him.
Removed. So like, what's your type of ideal woman?
So,
or you wish to have this and that type of, like, describe?
Okay, so when I wake up from my dream, I will see a woman like you.
Just like me, are you sure?
Just like you, looking strange.
Looking
like
strange
Shiva,
in a good way or in a bad way?
Looking in a good way.
Okay. Describe strange.
Strange, I would describe it in a way that looking unique. Yeah, when I look at you, I see that you look so unique. You look
same
strange.
here. I love your dreads too. You make me want to like guys with dreads.
Interesting. So now you love the dreads.
Yeah, thank you.
What I just say? What I say? What I say? What I say? You dope enough. Rules broken. He had no answer for the strange thing. Remember how I said he just threw in a neg or a jab? I call it a stab or a jab. He jabbed her a little bit in the beginning where he's like, she's beautiful, she's strange, and she's unique. He just kept going back and forth between what is strange? Strange means unique. What is unique? Unique means strange. What is strange? Strange means unique. He doesn't really have a word for. He's just saying that because it's just some smooth shit to say, and it's working. And on the one hand, I kind of get what he means, but on the other hand, it's just a line. And I'm not saying, gentlemen, that you can't use lines. What I'm saying is, you gotta, one, be better at it. Two, you gotta be more authentic. So the line has to have smoother delivery, that's the better. And you gotta be more authentic, meaning, I think a part of him does find her look to be slightly different or off, but he can't say words like off because that is a negative sounding word, it's a negative connotation. If he goes, your face is a little off, she's going to be like, what? And that's not a good thing. You don't want that. I know you want to learn some more. Click on another video. Until then, deuce deuce.